What is gonna drop ducks better, fast steel or heavy steel? It is time to find out. Carlson's gave me the choke tube used in this video, and Mossberg gave me the shotgun. Hey, George back with the new hunter's guide, and today we're gonna test KENT Fasteel against HEVI Shot HEVI Steel. These things have performed exceptionally well in the past. I've done a lot of videos with them, but now we're gonna put them together head to head. Now the specs on these are as such. We've got the Fasteel, which comes in a 3-inch shell, 1 1/4 ounces of number 4 zinc plated steel shot going at 1,500 feet per second. And then we've got the HEVI Steel, which is also a 3-inch shell, 1 1/4 ounces of shot, traveling at 1,500 feet per second of number 4 steel. They're the same. They're identical. There's nothing different between these shells. They are the exact same specs to the final point, except that the Fasteel is zinc plated. So today we're gonna test these two almost identical loads in a pattern test and a ballistics gel test, both at 40 yards. And to do that, we're gonna use my Mossberg 940 Pro Waterfowl with its 28-inch barrel and a Carlson Sporting Clays extra full choke. Let's head down to the range. We're down at the range, and we're gonna lead off with the Fasteel at 40 yards. Next shot's the HEVI Steel. Let's go ahead and take a look at this KENT Fasteel and this HEVI Steel. Let's start with the KENT. So right there you can see, guys, really good pattern, very dense. Over to the HEVI Steel, also exceptionally good pattern, a little bit different position. All right, guys, I'm gonna count every single pellet in the densest part of a 30-inch circle and get you guys the data. But first, it's time to shoot some ballistics gel. I've got the ballistics gel set up at 40 yards, and we'll see what the Fasteel does. Now we're gonna flip the gel around and shoot the HEVI Steel. And the reason why we flip the gel is because we need to be able to see the shots where they came in, because these can look pretty similar inside of the gel. And now for the HEVI Steel. All right, guys, we're gonna go take a look at the gel, but first, I'd appreciate it if you hit the thumbs up button to help it reach more people. And if you like videos like this, kicking the tires on assumptions and field tests, go ahead and hit that subscribe button as well. All right, let's see what happened. All right, guys, this gel is pretty cool. You can actually see the Fasteel pretty clearly. That zinc coating really gives it a little bit of a shine, which is a great thing, but did it impact performance? We'll take a look. From left to right, you've got the Fasteel. Looks like about 3 inches today. And then from right to left, we've got the HEVI Steel. And they both look like about 3 inches. So which one wins? Well, I think it's too close to call by sight. It often is. So I'm gonna measure and count every single pellet and then give you guys the averages with all the data here momentarily. Now that was a fun test, but guys, I have run the numbers and I don't think you're gonna be shocked on this one. Let's go ahead and take a look. So we've got the KENT Fasteel 190 pellets in a 30-inch circle, 79% pattern density. And then we've got the HEVI Steel, which is 192 pellets with an 80% pattern density. So the HEVI Steel actually came out on top 1%, 1% more pellets on paper. These loads were basically identical. Now guys, we could run the test again and it could go the other way, 1 or 2%. There's pretty much nothing definitive we can say here. We had 1% more pattern. And if we look at the ballistics gel test, also a bit anticlimactic, we see 2.86 inches of penetration for the Fasteel versus the HEVI Steel with 2.91 inches of penetration. So the HEVI Steel actually came out on top 2%, that's 2% more penetration than the Fasteel and 1 entire % more pattern. Now, Guys, like I said, we could repeat the test. That could be rounding error. We could run it again. It could go the other direction. So I'm going to go ahead and call it. These two shells are identically matched. Basically no difference. Now, out of your gun and your choke tube, you could see a difference. So always pattern everything you want to do. Now, also, we should mention the price tag for these two shells. Both of them are, that's right, identical. You can buy them for the exact same price depending on where you go. Some places it could be a little more, a little less. So what's better, fast steel or heavy steel? Well, depending on your choke tube, probably identical. Buy whichever one you could find. The only advantage that the KENT Fasteel might have is it's got that zinc plating. Now, I actually would have expected the KENT to do a little bit better because it is zinc plated, but there are other variables here. We don't know what kind of shot cups were being used. We don't know what the real velocity actually was. It could be that the KENT did perform better, but the heavy shot was actually moving a little bit faster. We just don't know. But in terms of what matters in the field, they're pretty much the same. So what you need to do next is go ahead and click on this video right here about plated shot and why it matters, and then click on this video right here looking at what happens when we run steel shot through several different choke tube constrictions. Guys, thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate you. God bless you, and go get them in the woods.